Hello everybody and welcome to the Atlanta Motor Speedway for the NASCAR Cup Series Quaker State 400 and the Cup Series playoffs opener in the round of 16. Here our second to last super speedway race of the season. It's probably going to be a wild one. Ryan Blaney starts on pole position alongside the 8 of Kyle Busch, who has missed the playoffs for the first time in many years. His Cup Series careers were green and underway. Here in Atlanta, will someone lock their way into the round of 12 with a win, or will there be an upset winner outside the playoffs? You're going to find as we go into turn 1 for the first time. Blaney leads the way, already trouble the outside wall hard. There goes Kyle Busch around. Christopher Bell is in it. Big hit from Chase Briscoe. Bowman piles into it. Multiple cars and a huge crash strikes right away in turn 1, lap 1. Bell hooks Kyle Busch, gets slammed to the outside wall, collects Suarez. You see Larson early avoids. Cinder gets collected. Big damage for Bowman, one of your championship contenders involved. Heavy damage to Chase Briscoe, your real-life Southern 500 winner. So on board with the 48 of Bowman, now trying to get through it here on the inside. He's looking to make it through, and then out of nowhere, there's Chase Briscoe, slams in the back of him, kills the radiator in that car. And Bowman's horrible Atlanta luck continues. He is done for the day. Heavy damage for Chase Elliott. Gets turned up into Chris Buescher in a separate incident. Buescher was on his side. Hamlin involved in this one as well as Ty Gibbs was bouncing off the wall back here. See, Hamlin got turned into Elliott, and then Hamlin went around. He got significant damage from Corey LaJoie, Daniel Hemrick, and then slammed by Cody Ware in the 15, who is once again dropping the ARCA brakes. Now here on with Ty Gibbs. He just gets slapped into the wall, then Elliott spins right in front of him. But Ty Gibbs does a great job getting on the brakes, avoiding slamming to him hard, and then managing to avoid that. See here the 17. See, Elliott just pounds Chris Buescher up on his side, almost upside down from that crash right there. See, Bowman slams into Chase Briscoe. Suarez gets some damage catching the outside wall. Cindric gets a piece of it. And the big one strikes here on lap 1. And we didn't even make it to the back straightaway before we wadded up at least 15 cars already. As Ryan Blaney now has nobody in sight behind him, as he'll easily cruise back to the start-finish line, the race leader early here in Atlanta. Now back underway on lap 7. Blaney and his former teammate of Keselowski now in front. Of course, Keselowski in the 6 for RFK Racing, trying to get a strong continuance of runs. He had a great run at Darlington last week, came home second, almost won that one from Ty Gibbs, trying to be one spot better today and lock himself into the round of 12 for the second consecutive season. Of course, the cars out of the race. Bowman, Elliott's 2 playoff drivers out of this race, 37th and 38th. That is huge. That is going to jeopardize their playoff hopes tremendously. I mean, Bowman, that's definitely going to put him below the cut line, as he did not have any cushion, and we're already wrecking big behind us in turn 3. Trouble again. LaJoie is in it. Reddick around. Shane Van Gisbergen spinning. That is Justin Haley getting slammed by Todd Gilliland. Multiple drivers involved. Cody Ware once again is in it as Ty Gibbs hits the outside wall, caused a huge stack up where J.J. Yaley just clips Zane Smith, who spins off the nose of Reddick. Reddick wipes out up into Todd Gilliland and playoff contender Eric Jones. Truex turns LaJoie around. Van Gisbergen gets hit by Harrison Burton. Gregson sends Haley around, and Hemrick and Cody Ware in it. Christopher Bell piles in the 20 with huge damage. Could be the end of his day here in Atlanta. See, Reddick, of course, first guy to miss the playoffs. His bad luck here at the end of this season continues, getting involved in this big pileup early here in Atlanta. Christopher Bell as well. Couldn't afford that. Your defending champion, C. Bell, is, and that damage, I don't know. That cushion that he has might go away very quickly. Here at Atlanta is back at the front. Logano will lead us under the caution flag. Now Larson and Logano lead us back underway. More cars out of the race now, including the 20 of Christopher Bell from that incident. Bell now the 3rd playoff driver to crash out of this race, joining Bowman and Elliott in the garage. See other cars also out of the race. Daniel Hemrick and Todd Gilliland is now Logano, Larson side by side for the lead down the back straightaway here on lap 11 after a chaotic start to this race here in Atlanta. Logano lead. Here comes Ryan Blaney to the inside. The 12 now going for the lead. Blaney trying to get his 2nd win this season, and in the last 4 races nonetheless, as he saved his season with that win at Michigan. He's trying to lock himself in the round of 12 with a big win here in Atlanta. Over here comes Byron. They're 3 wide behind him for about 3rd place, and there goes Logano. He gets turned in front of the pack up into the field. Huge hit for Logano, collects Chastain, Wallace, and many others, including McDowell, Truex, SVG on his side, as Larson just clipped Logano on that left rear quarter panel, spins him around, back up the racetrack, nowhere for Ross Chastain to go. He gets collected, Bubba Wallace in it, Stenhouse slams Josh Berry, Nemechek involved, Reddick, Haley, McDowell, Truex, Yaley, Van Gisbergen, Ty Gibbs, Corey LaJoie, Noah Gragson, among others. A huge crash. This has been like our third or fourth big one already. We haven't even hit lap 20 here in Atlanta. What a chaotic start to this race, and more playoff drivers are getting taken out of this race due to incidents. It's now back underway on lap 17. It is now Keselowski and Byron on the front row. We have barely 20 cars. Well, we have exactly 20 cars left. Let's look at the long list out now. You got Yaley out in 30th. SVG is out of the race. Barry Logano is out in 27th. That's another playoff driver. McDowell, another playoff contender, out in 25th. So he will not see the trouble again in turn one. There goes Zane Smith and Hocevar in front of the pack. And a big hit for the 77. Caution out again. The Spire teammates of Hocevar and Zane Smith go crash. Blaney just dumps Zane Smith right off of his teammate Hocevar's nose. They get hit hard by Bubba Wallace and Ryan Preece. Larson gets significant damage in the outside wall, as does Noah Gragson there. And the chaos just continues here in Atlanta. Haven't barely got one green flag lap complete yet. It's just been wreck after wreck after wreck as William Byron leads. Can he finally get that second win of the season? We'll find out as Byron now leads over Blaney here on lap 23, coming down to the front straightaway. Blaney now taking the lead back away. Now just 14 cars left in this race. I see Bubba Wallace, Zane Smith are out as well. Chastain got knocked out. You got Eric Jones out of this race. Nemechek is out. Dillon is out. Cindric is out. Just so many cars wrecked out from all the carnages. Ryan Blaney takes the lead from William Byron here at Atlanta. Can Blaney win his way into the round of 12? Continue that strong playoff run he had going for him last season until the very end of the playoffs. In big trouble. Caution out again. There is LaJoie and Gragson, who got turned by Truex to the outside wall. Haley gets collected. Harrison Burton finds a way to get involved as always. You see up ahead of him, you got Hocevar around, Justin Haley, the final Rick Ware car with heavy damage to the outside wall. And he got clipped by Hamlin and Truex ended up getting spun around there by Denny Hamlin, his own teammate, under this one caution flag. And a wild turn of events here in Atlanta Motor Speedway with Blaney and Byron continuing to lead this race down to lap 73. Last lap of stage one. William Byron back out front leading the way. Blaney right there on his bumper, but not getting enough momentum to generate a run. Only 7 cars left in the race now as William Byron will come through to win stage one here in Atlanta. Blaney comes home in second. Hamlin come through to finish 7th. The last car running as BJ McLeod, Ryan Preece, and Corey LaJoie have wrecked out, but still going to get 8th, 9th, and 10th stage points in stage 1 and stage 2. Keselowski comes through 3rd. Truex and Larson round the top 5. Daniel Suarez will get 4th here in stage 1. So Byron, the stage 1 winner with only 7 cars running after just a demo derby of a race here in Atlanta, Georgia. Now on the last lap of stage 2, it is now Ryan Blaney who's got ahead of William Byron. And now Blaney and Byron looking to swap stage wins and playoff points on the day. Blaney makes his way through turn 4, and Ryan Blaney will now win stage 2 here in Atlanta. Byron second behind him. The rest of the results are the exact same as stage 1. Keselowski 3rd, Suarez 4th, Truex 5th, and Larson 6th. Hamlin, he had a part fail on his car, so he DNFs, but he still is in 7th as he was in stage 1. Then BJ McLeod, Preece, and LaJoie have been out since before the end of stage 1, so they will still get their stage points for those positions. So shout out to BJ McLeod, though. Guaranteed 8th place finish. Great run for him. And of course, we got 6 playoff drivers in the top 7. I see is now Keselowski now comes through to finish 3rd. So Byron took stage 1. Blaney gets him back in stage 2. Who will get the final stage of racing in this dead heat between these two friends? Now here we are, white flag in the air, final lap. Presented by Credit One Bank here in an uneventful final stage at Atlanta. It is Ryan Blaney leading William Byron by about 2 car lengths. Byron trying to close in and make a pass on him here to get the win. Whoever beats the other will lock themselves into the next round of the playoffs and will not have to worry about the Glen or Bristol the next 2 weeks. We're going to find out here through the final quarter of the final time. Byron just doesn't have the speed or the run to get there. Now turn 4 for the final time. Ryan Blaney wins at Atlanta. He is advancing to the round of 12 in the playoffs. Byron comes home in second, once again just short of getting his second win of the season. Brad Keselowski comes home 1 lap down in 3rd place for a solid points day and back-to-back top 3s for him. Suarez, the only non-playoff driver to finish the race, comes home 2 laps down in 4th. Behind them, here comes Martin Truex Jr., who is 5 laps down and will round out your top 5 in his final race at Atlanta Motor Speedway. And Kyle Larson comes home 7 laps down in 6th, but regardless has a big points day and should be comfortably in a great spot to advance to the round of 12 on points. As we get your final race results now to this wild race in Atlanta. Only 6 cars finishing the race, 5 of them playoff drivers, with Blaney and Byron going 1-2. Blaney advancing, of course. Keselowski coming home 3rd. You got Truex there in 5th. Larson 6th. Hamlin DNF'd in 7th. Then you had Noah Gragson wreck out in 13th. Bubba Wallace in 15th. Eric Jones was down in 18th. Then Ross Chastain 23rd. Ty Gibbs 24th. Michael McDowell 25th. Then Logano 27th. Bell 31st. And, of course, Elliott and Bowman 37th and 38th. Taken out before they could even get the race started. Disastrous turn of events for the 2 Hendrick drivers who could not afford to wreck out this early in the opening race of the playoffs. Luckily, they still have 2 races to fight their way back up the playoff grid. As we see here after this race, Ryan Blaney locked in, and a bunch of guys looking really good on points. Kyle Larson, William Byron, Denny Hamlin, Truex, Keselowski, all with 35-plus point cushions. Looking very solid. Barring any catastrophic wrecks, they should advance to the round of 12, no problem. Bubba Wallace with a solid double-digit gap. Chastain up by 13. Gragson now up by 10 of the strong 13th place crash out here at Atlanta. Then Ty Gibbs and Eric Jones sit +4. And C. Bell sits on the bubble. Your defending champion, only 1 point above Chase Elliott at the cut line. Michael McDowell, Joey Logano each out by 3. And, of course, Bowman now out by 9 with some work to do at the next 2 races if he wants to find his way to the round of 12. So, as always, before we end the episode, I'm going to give a shout-out to my channel members. So, give a shout-out to my boy, Jeremy Isley. Thank you, Jeremy. I appreciate your support being a member. If any of you viewers want to become members as well, you can click the link down in the description down below or hit the join button to get access to exclusive perks. So, until the next episode, I hope you all have a good one.